Hello everyone. Previous class we had finished with the third module. So today we will be starting with the next module, that is fifth module, manufacturing control and automation. So today we will be discussing about the introduction of manufacturing control and automation. In that we will be discussing about CNC, DNC and NC machines. First of all, this module is been incorporated into your syllabus based on the requirement of the additive manufacturing itself, where we had studied the components, how they are built, and what are the processes carried out to build components by varying various processes um, like selective laser sintering, fused deposition modeling, and so on. So each and every one of these machines comprises of certain parts which are uh, which are working components, and these working components are in harmony with that machine so that it can produce a particular component or follow the instructions given to it in order to produce a prototyped component. So for that, whatever equipments we have or whatever the components we have, we will be studying in this module itself, and how instructions are given to a particular machine, in this case a computer, how the instructions are processed, and how interpretation of those instructions is done before it is being transferred to a particular machine which will work on a particular component. So in conventional method of automation, we have CNC, DNC, and NC itself. Similarly, these machines use a particular set of instructions or components which are very much similar to the construction of the additive manufacturing or rapid prototyping machines itself. So because of this, it is important for us to study the components used in making these machines. Whenever automation came into existence, especially whenever the implementation of computers took place, whenever microcontrollers were implemented, the initiation of semi-automation in the manufacturing sector started to emerge. So, so basically, when semi-automation got implemented, the components produced by conventional methods were slightly altered, where instructions were given to a particular machine instead of manual operation of that machine. Those instructions were followed by that machine in turn, interpreted by using a mediator interface, which is referred as an interfacing unit. So, with the help of interfacing unit, instructions were read by the machine, and that machine used to perform a particular functions. So this was a simple initiation of automation or semi-automation in production or manufacturing industry, where when automation semi-automation got implemented, uh, we used to give instructions to a particular machine, whether it is milling machine, whether it is drilling machine, whether it is lathe, whether it is shaper, or any other conventional machine used for production of component. It used to get instructions from a particular example. You can take here is punched tape reader or a magnetic tape, in certain cases where first computers were implemented to transfer data from a computer to the CNC machine. We or a particular machine, we used to have floppy disk drives. Magnetic tape is just like the cassettes we used to have to listen to the songs. So the recording of the instructions was done on the magnetic tape, and that cassette kind of element was incorporated inside the machine, and the machine read those instructions through the magnetic tape, Similarly, we had puncture tape. Puncture tape was the first implementation of semi-automation, where a cassette kind of element was used, and the that element or that tape was punched in a particular holes at a particular distances. These this kind of arrangement was read by the machines so that the machine can understand particular instructions and can work upon the component. Apart from the earlier implementations, these had their own drawbacks or disadvantages in the earlier implementation, such as once the instructions are punched in a tape reader, if the instructions are wrong or if any problem persists in machining of the components, so that tape would have to be produced once again. So this was a little bit time consuming, but once the instructions were ready to be transferred to the machine, which were correct in all sense, in the computers were sorry the machines were able to produce many number of components, maybe thousands and lakh together components, in a single stretch of instructions. Or if puncture tape is used, it will be used again and again. Same reader can be used again and again. Similar case exists for magnetic tape as well as floppy disk drive also. So, so the first NC machines were built in around 1940s and 1950s, where it the machines were in its primitive stage. Uh, the set of instructions passed were limited, along with many disadvantages as explained earlier. Okay. Next, now we will start with the numerical control machine. Numerical control machines are the first implementation of complete automation. Numerical control machines uh, incorporate a display unit and a control unit. Uh, 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 a control unit is used to transfer instructions to the machine. Along with that, instructions are to be generated in the machine by using a input device which is connected to a control unit. Here, as the instructions were prepared, the instructions were sent to the machine, and the machine used to start working on a particular component. Uh, uh, Numerical control machines have a display unit inbuilt into the machine itself. Instructions are given from that display unit, and when the process starts, the ongoing process will be displayed in the machine itself. This kind of system comprises of one display unit, one MCU connected to a single machine. So whatever instructions were written by using this control unit were only very transferable uh, to that machine itself. So so by this we have um, uh, 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 different different components which you can see in the diagram itself. First, where the program is written, that is interpreted by MCU, and then processing equipment. So one by one we will study. So programming device or program of instructions. It is a detailed step-by-step of directions which tell the machine tool what to do, what to be done, and what is the sequence to be followed. The part program is written in a code. Coding and all we will study at the next section of this module. So, so we'll elaborately see what is coding. Different codes like G codes and codes are used. Basically, these are the guiding instructions which will help for the machine to understand what to be done. The part program is fed to the machine control unit through some input media like a keyboard, mouse, and any other mechanisms like punched cards, magnetic tapes, floppy disks, paper tapes, etc. So these instructions are transferred to the second set of the equipment, that is machine control unit. This is the second basic component of a numerical control system. This unit consists of electronics and hardware that can read and interpret the program of instructions and convert it into mechanical actions. It also acts as a mediator. Uh, Mediator, why I'm referring it here, is programs are generated in certain cases. Um, if NC system is used, we have G codes and M codes to generate the program, and those codes will be in basic language of the computers, that is zeros and ones. The equipment or the machine doesn't understand the zeros and ones. It only understands the electrical pulses generated uh, by the MCU. These are the electrical pulses which will be modified by the intensity, and and on off switches, various on off switches are present inside the machine control unit itself, which will help the machine to understand or to perform a set of functions which are given as zeros and ones. The MCU may be generally placed in a separate cabinet like a body, or may be mounted on the machine itself, depending upon the complexity of the machine MCU. This can be done. Next, last one is a machine tool or the processing unit, or simply referred as a machine. It is the third basic component in a numerical control system that performs the actual work. The machine tool or the processing equipment converts starting workpiece into a complete part. The machine tool is controlled by the machine control unit, which in turn is controlled by the instructions given to the to it in the form of a part program. The application of NC systems include batch and high volume production can be done. Repeat and repetitive orders can be incorporated. Um, if a component of 100 in numbers is to be produced, one set of instructions are passed into this CNC machine. After that, if a particular component is to be changed, another set of instructions are to be incorporated in the form of punched tapes, NC or display unit, magnetic tape or display unit, where it has a self memory which can stores n number of programs into it. The operator just have to call the particular program for the particular job to be performed. um, Batch production is also easier by using NC machine control. Complex part geometries can also be produced at a higher accuracy. It also has some of the disadvantages. It has high investment cost compared to the normal manual operated machines. A high maintenance effort is also there, because if any error occurs, that error is directly imparted into the workpiece. Errors such as uh, the wear of the tool, not correctly positioning the tool post, inadequate rotational speeds of spindle. So likewise, different problems might occur. So it should be this all should be monitored, and this comes with high investment as well as high maintenance. Complete maintenance is required. It also requires skilled operators, where a person or an operator should know how to program a particular machine, how to pass on the instructions to the machine, and there is always a risk of mm, uh, clashing of the tool to the rotating parts or vice versa. If any error occurs or any miss calculation is done in giving the instruction uh, uh, to the machine through the program. So, so operator he needs to be very much skilled in this. High utilization required. These kinds of machines cannot be used for production of one or two components. It is not economical to produce because high investment is already present, and in most of the cases we need to produce hundreds and thousands of components so as to make a single component produced a cost effective one. It has some of the benefits, that is cycle time is reduced. Cycle time pertains to the time in which one single job is reduced. For example, one single job is given as an input, processing time, and the time at which the component is released. So all this comprises of a cycle time. Non-productive times are reduced because of semi-automation. If single component is produced, that component is cut off from the main stock of bar, and another component will start to produce in no time. Greater accuracy and reliability, low scrap rates because there will be less errors, reduced parts inventory and floor space because of the compactness of these machines. We do not require much more amount of space. Greater operator safety because the machine works in a confined space, in a closed space. Without the doors closed, the machine will not start. So it will be a little bit safer for production of components compared to conventional machines. Okay, next we will move on to computer numerical control. Computer numerical controls, or CNC machines as we refer to, are are development of the previous NC machine which we had been studying in this class. So whatever advancements we have right now, those advancements made the NC to a CNC. Since the introduction of NC in 1950, there have been dramatic advances in digital computer technology. For example, previously we used to have tape readers or different input mechanisms, or a keyboard, such kind of element. Here, because of latest advancement in the software itself, we are able to uh, uh, link the modeling software to the machine unit itself. So because of this, though we cannot give an instruction in the form of a written program, if we produce a component in virtual manner, that component is converted into a particular set of instructions which will be understood by the machine itself. So it avoids errors in the machining system itself. So computer numerical control is defined as the NC system whose MCU is based on dedicated microcomputer rather than on a hardwired controller. So basically it is an enhancement of NC system. So here a program is stored in a computer. Many programs can be generated and stored in the computer, and that computer is connected to MCU. In turn, MCU is connected to the machining process, where zeros and ones are converted into electrical pulses, which can be understood by the machine itself. The CNC system comprises of many number of components. Basically, compared to NC, this is a little bit more complex in construction and in working. So the components of say, CNC are central processing unit, servo control unit, operator control unit, machine control panel, programmable logic controller, and other peripheral devices. So first one, that is central processing unit. This is the main component uh, uh, of the processing unit, which is also referred as a machine control unit, that is MCU. The CPU is the heart of a CNC system. It accepts the information stored in the memory as a part program. The data is decoded and transformed into a specific position control and velocity signals. It also oversees the movements of the control axis or spindle, and whenever this does not match with the programmed values, a corrective action is taken. So this corrective action is taken by the control loop itself. The control loop is just nothing but a feedback loop where whenever an MCU sends signals to the machine unit, the uh, whatever motions are carried out, the motions are given as a feedback by the help of a feedback system to the control loop unit, which will manipulate the signals and send it to MCU. In turn, MCU or CPU decides upon whether changes or rectification in the system is to be taken, and that will be transferred to the driving system again or indirectly to the machine, so that corrective actions are to be taken. All the compensation required for machine, like lead screw, pitch error, tool wear out, backlashes, are calculated by CPU itself depending upon the corresponding inputs made available to the system. Next is the servo control unit or the driving mechanism. The position and velocity control signals generated by the CPU for the axis movement forms the input to the servo control unit. This unit generates suitable signals that are converted into servo drive, which are interfaced with the axis and the spindle motors. So the data processing unit can also be incorporated with servo control unit, which will transfer the motion data, and in turn driving system works on the motions. Operator control panel. In CNC unit, as the advancements took place, the display system, the computer system is the operator control panel itself, where all the operations are controlled by the keyboard and the mouse or any other input devices connected to the computer or CPU. The operator control panel provides interface to facilitate two-way communication between the user as well as CNC system and the machine tool. This consists of two parts, which is a display unit and the input device. Next is machine control panel. In certain cases where standalone system is there we have machine control panel uh, along with the computer system. This this gives a direct interface between operator and the NC system. Basically, this is the basic form of NC system itself. So enhanced form is use of computer with enhancement of softwares. During program execution, the CNC controls the axis, uh, the motion, spindle function, or tool function in a machine tool, depending upon the part program stored in the memory. Next one is programmable logic controller. Uh, this is the again part of MCF itself. A PLC matches with the NC machine. Uh, uh, they developed to be reprogrammed without hardware changes when requirements are altered and thus are reusable. PLCs are now available with increased functions, more memory, and large input-output capabilities. Other peripheral devices, which include sensor interface, provision to communication, communicating equipment, programming units, printers, tape readers, etc. Here, uh, feedback system uh, has a two-way interface So one provides the position of a particular component. For example, a tool is to be at a particular position. That position is read by feedback system. So and is transferred into the control loop unit. And another is while the machine is being run, the velocity of the spindle or any other rotating part will be tabulated or noted and transferred to the control unit, so that corrective actions are to be taken for the CNC machine. By this CNC, we will end today's class. In next class, we will start with NC machines and other things in your syllabus. Thank you.